Okay, well, it's different because we're used to just picking up and going places and doing things, but now we're pretty much sheltering in place. I'm staying out of the store because I'm considered one of the elderly and most vulnerable to the disease, so trying to protect ourselves and others. Well, the question was, how does this compare to the Vietnam War? Well, the Vietnam War, we didn't have all the social media that we have today, so we didn't get to see it live. I think the media today covers this so much that it almost makes you more afraid because you hear all the details.
It's not easy for restaurants. Durkin says they'll be among the toughest businesses to reopen.
To keep new cases from entering our shores, we will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days.
The younger generation, they're having a hard time staying put, I think. It's probably harder for them.
I think since we've been forced in the coronavirus to be in an atmosphere where we're not gathering together with people, technology has served as a huge valuable tool in trying to connect, and yet it's also shown that there is nothing like connecting in person. I also think that potentially people are feeling kind of bombarded because people are trying to put forth so much effort in connecting that maybe people are feeling like they need to take a step away from that. And so I think there's a combination of really good things that technology is doing, and there are some things that I hope don't create more patterns when the virus has settled. When I think about tragic events that have happened in my lifetime, I think of 9/11 and the attack that happened. And I think that was a time of surprise and hurt, confusion, and brought a lot of fear. So I would say that is very similar to this, but very different as well, because that was a targeted event that was stemming from maybe a hate crime, and this is a global pandemic that it's very non-discriminating, so anyone is able to get the virus. When I think about the impacts of the coronavirus, most people talk about the losses and the disappointment, and while that's true, I feel bad for the students not being able to finish out their school year, the disappointment of the missed time in fellowship. I see professors stepping up and teachers stepping up and making changes and growing with technology. But I also think that God is using this time to teach us different things and to give us the opportunity as families to reconnect in unique ways that maybe we wouldn't have put aside or done with our busy schedules either.
The biggest difference that I've had with the coronavirus is probably not being able to be in school anymore, just moving back and not seeing my friends anymore, having to take all my classes online. That's been a really big change. I think the generations are kind of all handling it a little bit differently. At first, I don't think the younger generation was taking the virus very seriously. I think the people that are taking it most seriously is probably the older generation. They're being a lot more cautious about what they do and how much they go out. But I also think a lot of young people are taking it seriously too, because everyone just wants the virus to be over as soon as possible so that we can get back to our daily lives.
I think the hardest thing is the fear of the unknown because they don't know much about the virus, what's causing it, and how to treat it. And so there's the fear of every day, okay, do I have a sore throat or do I have a headache? And just the fear because we rely on the medical technology so much and now there's not much available. That's the biggest thing, I think, is just the fear of the unknown.